Hello. All right, so for math today, our official math lesson, we are going to start with a doubles quiz. So, quiz. Okay. So, the last couple times that we have practiced our doubles using a quiz paper like this, we timed ourselves, if you remember. So, today, actually, they've started using two-sided quizzes. So, here's the trick. This is how it works for everyone because everyone's different. If you completed one paper on the other assignments in 45 seconds or less, then what I'd like you to do is to time yourself doing both sides. If you took longer than 45 seconds to do one page, then stick to one page until you get to 45 seconds. So this is what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you have a pencil ready and your book open. If you have, let's say it took you a minute and a half or it took you 3 minutes, so you're only worried about one page. What I'd like you to do, or maybe it took you 5 minutes, maybe it took you 10 minutes, nothing wrong with any of that, okay? So if it only took you, I said 45 seconds, let's go to 1 minute. If you did one page in 1 minute in the past, then you're going to do both sides. So you're going to get your timer out. You're going to be ready to press start. I'll put a timer on the website. You can use that just in case. And you'll fill it in, and then you press stop when you're done, and you see how long it takes you and write your time at the top. If it has taken you longer than a minute to do one page, totally fine, guys. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'm really proud of you for just doing it. That's the biggest thing we're going to do is just do the work. So then what I'd like you to do is just this one page and time yourself until you get to 1 minute, and then you worry about doing the second page, okay? So take care of this. Pause me now. Take care of this part of the assignment, and I'll see you for the second part. You will need a whiteboard and whiteboard materials. Wait, I forgot something. It probably would help if you could correct your work, huh? So let me write down the correct answers for you. Now that you've done, you're not watching these correct answers before you do your own work, right? Here are the correct answers so that you can check your work now that you're done with your assignment. Okay, so pause that if you need it. All right. Okay, time for part 2 of our lesson. So today we are doing something called Some Went Away. And the reason why I say that silly thing is because you will see that in your math text and through about a bunch of this. And so I just want to make sure I say that. We really call that in math language subtraction. And so today we're going to work with taking away, subtraction, minus. Each of those words means similar. So we are going to do 2 steps. We are going to use items. I'm going to use crayons in order to display the math. You can use any items you want. You can use linking cubes, you can use shapes, you can use erasers, crayons, pencils, whatever you have, Legos, as long as you don't play with them. And we need our whiteboard, and we need markers in order to use the whiteboard with, and we'll be going through step by step and progressing through a little bit of our subtraction study. So we're going to start with the crayons, okay? I'm going to read a story. I want you to show me the story using crayons, and then I'll show you so that we can check our answers. Okay. There were 4 kids on the school bus. 4 kids on the school bus. Remember, you're using crayons now, you're not drawing. 1 kid got off the school bus at his home. There were 4. 1 got off at his home. How many are left? So, here are the 4 kids on the school bus. 1 kid got off to go home. How many are left? The answer is 3. Now I want us to draw that. There were 4 kids on the school bus. Okay, and if you remember how many got off, it's hard to make this show. 1 kid got off the school bus. Now, it is tempting to erase, but we really don't want to do that because when you are studying math, you want to be able to see all of the steps that you took in order to solve the problem. So we never erase. Instead, we cross things out. You'll notice that as you get older and you're doing more and more advanced math and math that takes more and more steps, if you make a mistake but you've erased all of your work, there's no way for you to find out where your mistake came from. And there's no way for the teacher to help you find out where your mistake came from. But for instance, if you crossed out 2 of these, I could say, oh, I know where your mistake came from. There's only 1 kid that got off the bus, not 2. So here we can see that we have 1 kid that got off the bus. Now we're going to make a number sentence. So let's make a blank number sentence first. We are subtracting, so that's what the symbol that needs to go there. And here is our equal sign. We're going to start with how many people were on the bus to begin with, how many people got off, and now how many people are left. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Okay, so now we're going to do that again. So I'd like you to erase your board. Okay, so here we are. We've erased it. We're going to go back to the crayons first. There were 6 students on the bus. 6 students. 3 students got off at Mulberry Street. 3 students got off at Mulberry Street. How many students are still on the bus? The answer is 3. Now let's draw it. How many students were on the bus to begin with? That's a big square bus or rectangle bus. There were 6 students on the bus. How do I show that 3 got off? Do I erase? No. Now I'm going to make a number sentence. Please pause me to make the number sentence correctly and then check your answer with my video. 6 students, 3 got off minus 3 are left, equal sign. Okay, so now it's going to be slightly different. Erase your board again. I found that these boards really erase better with like a Clorox wipe, and then I just dry it off with a tissue. So if you're struggling to get your board clean, you can see that mine's a little bit stained still. It's okay. They're just not perfect. All right. So I'd like you now to skip the crayon part of this and go straight to the drawing. I have 5 pencils and 3 pieces of paper. I have 5 pencils and 3 pieces of paper. Please draw that. You can pause me if you need to. I gave away 1 pencil. I gave away 1 pencil. Make sure you cross it out. Okay, so let's go over this. Let's check your answer. I had 5 pencils. And 3 pieces of paper. I gave away 1 pencil. So this is a slightly more difficult question because they try to confuse you by giving you more information than you need. All you're really worried about are the pencils. Circle them. This is the tricky information. Yes, you may have those with you, but that doesn't help you to solve the math problem. This is what helps you to solve the math problem. Now, make a number sentence that just speaks about your circled items. It doesn't matter about this because we're only worried about the pencils. Make a math problem, please. Remember that it's subtraction. Pause me so you can do that and then check your answer with mine. 5 pencils, 1 pencil, 4 pencils left. Okay, so let's do that one more time. All right. I have 6 books. I have 6 books and 2 rulers. I have 6 books and 2 rulers. Please draw that. I gave away 2 books. Cross them out. Circle this part of the picture that is important to the math. I have 6 books and 2 rulers. I gave away 2 books. Circle the part of the picture that is important to the math. Now make a number sentence. Pause me so that you can do all of that and then check your answer with mine. Okay, here are my 6 books. Okay, and 2 rulers. I gave away 2 books. This is the part that's important to the math. Here is my number sentence. I am subtracting. I started with 6. I gave away 2 that I crossed out. I'm left with 4. Okay. All right, guys. I would suggest that you try to solve some more of these using your skills. I've actually decided not to do, so sometimes I add too much to the list of things to do, and then I make it an audible, as in a little football talk. And I decided not to do this paper. If you wanted to, you could certainly go through and solve this paper and maybe not worry about the number line. If you want to do it, it's okay too. We'll go over that on a different day. But just wanted to skip that. Okay, so now you should put away your whiteboard and take out your math book. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to do that too. Okay, so now your math book is open to page 97. I'm going to read to you the different questions and I want you to take a moment to answer each one. You can pause me after I've read what to do and then you'll check your answers with mine at the end. Start by writing this number 2 times. Next, M put 4 crayons and 2 books on her desk. Her name is Marnie. Put 4 crayons and 2 books on her desk. 1 crayon rolled off the desk. Draw a picture and write a number sentence to show the number of crayons on the desk now. I'd like to add something. I'd like you to please circle the important picture. So the part of the math picture that you drew that is important for our number sentence. Marnie put 4 crayons and 2 books on her desk. 1 crayon rolled off the desk. Draw a picture, circle the important picture, and write a number sentence to show the number of crayons on the desk now. Number 3, draw different ways to show 10 apple seeds. So here's an example. I want you to choose just a number to put over here. So let's say we choose the number 3. I want to go from 3 to 10. So I'm going to start at 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to add dots over here until I get to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see how many I had to add. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so go through and find 2 more ways to make 10. Look at these 4 pictures. Circle the one that is different. And lastly, solve each of these doubles problems. Okay, pause me now, finish that page, and then check your answers with mine in just a moment. Here are your correct answers. The number 30. Here we have the crayons, 4 and 2 books, but all that was important was that we lost 1 crayon. Here's our number sentence, 4 minus 1 equals 3. 3 crayons were left. Here are the 2 ways that I filled in my apples. 4 plus 6 is 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. You could have also done 2 plus 8 or 10 plus 0. You could have also switched each of these numbers. Oh, and the other one of 5 plus 5. This is the shape that is different, and here are your answers. 2, 6, 10, 14, and 18. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and here's a little goodbye from Goose.